Right now, your cat might be sitting somewhere in your home doing absolutely nothing, and you probably think that's fine. After all, cats sleep all day, right? They're independent. They don't need much. They're happy just existing. But what if I told you that your cat could be silently suffering? Not from hunger, not from pain, but from something most owners never even think about: boredom. And not just the "I'm a bit restless" kind of boredom. We're talking about a deep biological frustration, one that can actually make your cat sick, aggressive, and depressed. In this video, we're going to cover everything: where cat boredom comes from, why it happens, how to spot it, and exactly what you can do to fix it. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. To understand why your cat gets bored, you first need to understand what your cat actually is. Because here's the thing most people miss: your cat, the one that sleeps on your sofa, eats from a bowl, and occasionally knocks your coffee over, is genetically almost identical to a wild predator. Thousands of years ago, cats weren't pets, they were hunters. They spent the majority of their waking hours stalking, chasing, and catching prey. Every single day. The relationship between cats and humans actually started by accident. When humans began farming, grain stores attracted rats and mice. And where there were mice, there were cats. Cats essentially domesticated themselves. They crept closer to human settlements because the hunting was good. Humans let them stay because they kept the pests away. A deal was struck, and it's lasted thousands of years. But here's the problem. While dogs have been selectively bred over thousands of years to be companions, to work alongside humans, to follow commands, to need us, cats are different. Cats have barely changed at all. Their genome is still almost identical to that of the African wildcat. Their brain still runs the same software it always has. Their instincts to hunt, stalk, chase, pounce are still fully intact. And here's the part that should make every indoor cat owner stop and think. Wild cats spend around 80% of their waking time hunting. Not eating, hunting. The chase itself is the reward. There's a specific part of their brain that lights up during the stalk, during the pounce, during the catch. Your indoor cat has that same brain. But instead of hunting, it's watching you scroll your phone. That's not just sad. It's a recipe for serious problems. Now I want to talk about something most cat content skips over entirely. Because people hear the word boredom and think, okay, they're a bit restless. Whatever. But feline boredom isn't just a mood. It has real, measurable consequences. Let's start with the physical ones. Studies show that indoor cats with little to no environmental stimulation are twice as likely to become overweight or obese compared to cats that have access to the outdoors or a stimulating environment. Twice as likely. And obesity in cats isn't just a cosmetic issue. It leads to diabetes, joint problems, heart disease, and urinary tract issues. Think about it. When a bored cat has nothing to do, it eats. Just like a person sitting at home with nothing on has a tendency to raid the fridge. Food becomes entertainment. But the physical stuff is just the beginning. Because mentally, boredom does even more damage. A cat that isn't mentally stimulated can develop anxiety, depression, compulsive behaviors. You might see it as over-grooming. Your cat licking themselves to the point of bald patches. You might see it as aggression, sudden attacks on other pets or even you. Or you might see it as the opposite: complete withdrawal. A cat that just stops engaging. And here's the cruel irony. Because cats are so good at hiding discomfort, it's a survival instinct. Showing weakness in the wild is dangerous. Most owners have no idea this is happening. They think their cat is just being a cat. But your cat is telling you something. You just have to know what to look for. So let's get into it. Here are the signs that your cat might be bored, and some of them might surprise you. Sign number 1, sleeping more than usual. Now, yes, cats sleep a lot. on average around 12 to 16 hours a day. That's completely normal. But a bored cat sleeps differently. It's heavy, uninterested sleep, especially during the hours when cats are naturally most active, which is early morning and dusk. If your cat seems to sleep through those windows consistently, that's worth paying attention to. Sign number 2: destroying things, scratching furniture, knocking things off shelves, chewing on things they shouldn't. This one gets written off as bad behavior all the time. But it's not really bad behavior. It's a cat trying to create stimulation in a world that isn't giving them any. It's frustration, expressed physically. Sign number 3: overeating. If your cat is always at the food bowl, acting like it's starving even though you've just fed it, boredom could be the reason. Cats use eating as something to do when there's nothing else. Sign number 4: excessive grooming. A little grooming is healthy. A lot of grooming, to the point of bald spots or irritated skin, is a sign of a cat self-soothing. It's the feline equivalent of a person biting their nails, or stress eating. The repetitive motion calms their nervous system when nothing else is. Sign number 5: following you everywhere. This one surprises people because it seems affectionate, and maybe it is. But a cat that won't leave you alone, that cries when you go to another room, that constantly paws at you for attention, that's often a cat that has no other source of stimulation in its life. You've become the most interesting thing in their world, and that's a problem. Sign number 6: aggression out of nowhere. If your cat suddenly attacks other pets or takes unprovoked swipes at you, pent-up energy and frustration is one of the most common causes. A cat that should be hunting 10 times a day but isn't, all of that energy has to go somewhere. So you've probably watched this and recognized at least one of those signs in your cat. Don't feel bad about it. Most people have no idea any of this is happening. The fact that you're watching this means you actually care. And honestly, small changes make a huge difference. Here's what actually works. Fix number 1: dedicated play sessions. Every single day. This is the single most important thing you can do. Experts recommend 2 to 3 play sessions a day, around 10 to 15 minutes each. And here's the key. It has to mimic hunting. That means the toy moves away from the cat. Prey doesn't run towards a predator. Let it dart behind something, disappear under a blanket, slow down, then speed up. Make the cat work for it. The best times? Morning and evening, when cats are naturally most active. And here's something really important that most people miss. Always let your cat catch the toy at the end. If you just stop the session without a catch, your cat feels frustrated, like a hunt that went nowhere. Let them win. It satisfies that neural reward loop in their brain. Fix number 2: puzzle feeders. Your cat's bowl is actually doing them a disservice. In the wild, a cat works for every meal. They stalk, hunt, catch, and then eat. That whole process, not just the eating, is what their brain is built for. A puzzle feeder recreates that. It makes your cat think, problem solve, and work for their food. And it slows down eating too, which helps with the boredom overeating issue we talked about earlier. You don't need to spend a lot of money. There are great options for under 10 pounds, and you can even make one at home with a cardboard box and some toilet rolls. Fix number 3: vertical space. Cats feel safest and most confident when they're up high. In the wild, height means safety and a vantage point for hunting. A good cat tree, some wall shelves, or even just clearing the top of a bookcase gives your cat territory to claim and patrol. It adds square footage to their world without changing a single thing about your flat. Fix number 4: window access. A window perch is essentially free cat TV. Birds, squirrels, people walking past, to a cat. This is genuinely stimulating content. It activates their predatory attention. It gives them something to watch and track. Simple, cheap, and massively effective. And if you want to go one step further, look up Bird TV for cats on YouTube. Literally hours of birds and squirrels filmed specifically to keep cats entertained. Some cats are completely obsessed with it. Fix number 5: rotate the toys. Here's something counterintuitive. Having too many toys out at once actually makes your cat less interested in all of them. Novelty is what drives engagement. So put most of the toys away and rotate them every few days. When an old toy comes back out after a week, it's interesting again. Same toy, brand new reaction. Fix number 6. Consider a catio. If you have outdoor space, a catio, a secure outdoor enclosure, is one of the best things you can do for an indoor cat. It gives them fresh air, natural sights, sounds, and smells. All the sensory richness of the outside world, without the risks of traffic or other animals. You can build a basic one relatively cheaply, and the difference it makes to a cat's quality of life is significant. A bored cat isn't a happy cat. But a stimulated one? You'll see it in their eyes. That's what a pet's purpose is all about. Understanding the animals we love so we can give them the lives they deserve. If this video helped you, consider sharing it with another cat owner who might not know any of this. And if you want to go deeper on cat behavior and well-being, subscribe, because there's a lot more coming.